Good evening, everybody, and welcome back to another weather forecast. And this will be another video on the potential for a major snowstorm next week. Here, I did mention the idea of the potential snowstorm yesterday, and models continue to show this snowstorm. And GFS and European still continue to disagree. And this is actually a new model, the new model run for today, and they are showing a very large snowstorm for potentially the Great Lakes and as well as the Midwest, that general region, even stretching down to areas like the Ohio Valley and Mid Atlantic. So we're definitely watching out for a very widespread snowstorm upcoming as really early as late this weekend, all the way up to early mid next week here. So definitely something to keep in mind here. This definitely is a possibility here. The only thing we need to keep in mind is the changing of models and whether the accumulation would change or regions would change. But without further ado, let's get into the video. If you have any questions on the snowstorm, whether you can get affected or not, be sure to drop in the comments below. And as well, if you want to subscribe and get daily content specifically on the snowstorm, I'll be talking about this every single day until it actually occurs. So if you want to get new data on the snowstorm, be sure to subscribe and hit the notification icon. But without further ado, let's get into the video here. So here, look now at the new GFS model run. So this is the 18Z. So as you do see, up in the next 114 hours by this Saturday, there we see that same low pressure, of course, in the areas up in the Colorado region there, with a high pressure up there in south central Canada, bringing an extreme amount of cold air across the western United States here. So that low pressure right there in the western plains, much of that moisture will be snow. You see a lot of snow when it comes around that low pressure up there in the Midwest and plains, and as well as the Rockies. So we're gonna be seeing a low pressure bringing a few snow showers and flurries across the western plains and Midwest. But as this moves westward, this will become a more significant snowstorm here. Going to be seeing some very heavy snow across portions of the upper Midwest. That low pressure is going to be all the way up in the upper plains, so this moisture will be very far from that low pressure. So it really won't be too wet, so you're not going to be seeing too much rain. So we're not going to be seeing too much rain with this system because it'll be very far from that low pressure. So it'll be dry snow, like a dry atmosphere. However, just the appearance of that low pressure is going to be there. But as we have now a new low pressure developing, we will start to see rain develop as we go further east. So there you see a new low pressure will develop, and it's going to be a lot closer to that moisture. So we're going to start seeing that rain developing here. So it's not until really it gets into portions of the upper plains and Midwest and even the Ohio Valley. So we're going to be starting seeing that very heavy snow across portions of the plains here by this Sunday, in areas like Nebraska, Iowa, as well for portions of the Great Lakes, especially Lake Michigan. But of course, as it moves more eastward, the moisture will catch up and we'll start to see a big snowstorm here. So this is what the GFS has. Very heavy snow now up until now, really next Monday. So around almost a week from now, very heavy snow across portions of the Great Lakes, Michigan, Wisconsin, and even a little potential ice threat for areas more to the south here. So we're looking at a very interesting system, and this could potentially move now and potentially the northeast here. A likelihood for some snow there in the northeast here. Obviously, the more east we go when it comes to this, the harder it is to guarantee snow from this, especially since you guys are further east. So really, it'll be a lot longer till that snow actually arrives. But there's a chance that if the GFS occurs, whatever the GFS shows right now, if that happens, then there's a chance maybe for some snow there for New York City, Boston, up there in the New England region. So it's gonna start in the upper, kind of the western United States, and then make its way much to the east, all the way up to areas like the northeast here. So let's go ahead and check a look at what the European has for us. So this is, of course, by Sunday. There you see that low pressure down there in the upper, kind of Rockies region. Oops, I did not, oh my gosh, I did not mean to do that. Okay, so let's go back. So there you see that snow there across the Rockies there, the Four Corners states, and Sierra as well. We're missing a very big low pressure, so we're going to probably see some rain now. And there's like Phoenix there, LA could see some rain showers. So we're going to be seeing a very moist and very wet southwest and western United States here. But as the low pressure moves more to the east, that snow, of course, will develop more quickly. You're going to be seeing very cold temperatures with that high pressure down there. Going to bring that very cold air towards the western and central United States. So I'm going to be seeing, of course, at first going to be dry snow, not going to be seeing too much rain until that low pressure actually catches up. In the European, you can tell the European takes his snowstorm a lot more to the south. Here, look at that big time snow. Let me move that off. A big time snow for areas like Chicago, Indianapolis, Detroit, again, Des Moines, Ohio. So if the European happens, there will be more snow for the mid-Atlantic instead of the Northeast. So obviously the GFS takes it for way more to the north, and it's going to take it all the way to the northeast. However, Europeans way more to the south, bringing snow for the Ohio Valley, and as it moves more eastward, that means snow for the mid-Atlantic. So either way, this snow could lead all the way up to the eastern coast. And there you see that snow rapidly moving to the eastern coast. There, big time snow. So there's a very decent chance that New York City may see some snow from this. Very heavy snow, of course, up to the north at that low pressure for areas like Ohio, Pennsylvania, the mid-Atlantic. Could be some snow there for areas like D.C., New York City, Delaware, maybe even Baltimore. Maybe see some snow there. So definitely a great probability of this snowstorm occurring here. Of course, the only thing that we need to keep in mind is regions that could get affected will change, and accumulations as well will change. For example, this is a look now. I believe this is the European here. If this is a look at the European, of course, European takes this a lot more to the south here. So we're gonna be seeing a lot less snow for the Midwest here, because most of that snow will be in the Ohio Valley all the way up to the mid-Atlantic. So a few inches will be scattered across the Midwestern region here. Of course, the heaviest snow will remain in the Rockies, in those higher elevations, maybe just under a foot of snow. But if we go more to the east, the snow will obviously stay kind of steady. A few inches across the Midwest there, maybe 2 inches there across Minneapolis, a few inches there near Des Moines, Rockford, and Madison, Wisconsin. But it's going to be very widespread. We will see some very widespread snow. It's just going to be very limited here, not going to be too much snow. Some big cities like Pierre, those general regions, Madison, Des Moines, even Chicago, you guys may get a few inches of snow. However, the GFS is taking it a lot more to the north. So you don't see any snow for areas like Nebraska, Missouri, Illinois. You're not seeing any snow there. The heaviest snow will be actually way more to the north, and that's going to be for areas like the Great Lakes there and Midwest. You're going to be seeing a lot heavier snow up there more to the north. So up to now half a foot for Madison, Wisconsin, up to now 4 inches for Minneapolis, and up to half foot as well near areas like Sioux City and southeastern South Dakota. So a very big difference here between the GFS and the European. They're still very completely opposites here. So the heaviest snow will maintain in the kind of Midwest there. However, the European take most of that snow more to the south here. So very big difference here. So a few inches, if you kind of look at the European, add a few inches to that if you're looking at the GFS here. 4 inches there for Minneapolis. However, European only should 1 to 2. Madison, Wisconsin, up to half foot, but the Europeans only showing around a few inches as well. So really, again, I'm not going to go in great depth when it comes to snowfall totals because this is still very far out. But look at the European. A big time snowstorm now. It's going to be a lot heavier when it comes down to now the mid-Atlantic and Ohio Valley, up to a foot near Indianapolis, up to a foot there as well north of St. Louis, or across south central Illinois, all the way to the eastern coast there. Look at that. Up to now a few inches there in D.C., up to a foot near Richmond, up to a foot as well in areas like the general region of, let's say, the Appalachians there between the West Virginia and Virginia border near Roanoke. So we're looking at a big time snowstorm according to the European. So if the European happens, the heaviest snow will be to the south. And then you see we're not seeing any snow really from this main system up in the northeast because the European takes this low pressure a lot more to the south. But GFS is going to bring all that snow there. We're kind of more to the north of this whole region here. But according to the European, this could be a big-time snowmaker for areas like the Mid-Atlantic and Ohio Valley. However, the GFS, not so much. Kind of taking more of that snow way more to the northeast here. And you see, look at that snow right here and near Grand Rapids, Michigan, at the 8 inches. There to the European, only a few inches there. Look at Columbus, up to near 5 inches there, according to the European. Maybe a trace if you're lucky, according to the GFS. Now look at areas like Rochester, New York, 8 inches. Now only seeing maybe 3 inches according to the Europeans. So really, Europeans being way more to the south here, big time snow for the mid-Atlantic and Ohio Valley. However, the GFS taking a kind of more of a Great Lakes system and northeast here. So that's really hard to kind of give an exact total of what we're going to be seeing here. It's going to be very on and off. Really, all we know is that this snowstorm will happen. The only thing we don't know is what will happen once it leaves the Midwest here. Will it go south of the European? Will it go north of the GFS? Really a lot of questions here. It's split. It's really a 50-50 chance. So really, I have to continue to watch the models and what they show as we get closer to this. But hope you guys enjoyed the video, and bye guys.